right, welcome to Health Talk Live from the city of New Orleans. We are live at Circle Food Store in the Treme area, as we are with culinary ambassador of the city of New Orleans, Chef Gary Netter. Thank you. Special shout outs to the Office of Cultural Economy. We thank you so much from the city of New Orleans. Thank you to the Ropi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Skiwi Tamasaros, as well as New Orleans Jazz Orchestra. We are going to now take a tour through as we are looking at the effects of the coronavirus in our African American community. Chef Netter and his guests are going to give us some tips on healthy eating, healthy living for your mind, body, and soul. Let's go in.
How y'all doing? I'm Chef Gary Netter. We're live at Circle Food Store. Circle Food Store has been in the community, the African American community, for many years. So they just reopened, and so what I want to do is actually show the people that what we're going to be actually demonstrating today is actually, we have it on the shelves in here. So as we take a look at what we're going to be cooking today, is actually we're going to be taking a lot of it off the shelves in the stores. I'm going to grab a blood orange. We're going to use this in our cooking demo today, and walk down here, grab some have some Chinese broccoli here, and we have some Chinese celery, some bok choy, some watercress that we're going to be using, some leeks, and onions. I'm gonna grab some ginger so we can use that for our tea. And we go over here, we're gonna get some onions, a few onions, so we can make our broth. As you can see, these guys been here for many years. They came back and opened up the store, Circle Food Store, when it opened up. And so as we go down here, we can see that we still have some fresh seafood down here. As you can come and do your shopping, your grocery shopping, get organic goods. You can get bread and eggs and any kind of frozen items or whatnot. So as we walk down here, as you can see, we have some fresh fish that we usually use over there in the culinary holistic culinary kitchen that we gonna be opening next week. So this is a lot of the fresh seafood, a lot of the fresh meats that they have on stock. They cut it every day, all day. They get it in fresh all day, every day. And so what we're gonna do now is just, as you can actually see, these lanes are Ursuline Avenue, Elysian Fields. So you can see as the store reopened, they kind of did a nice little renovation to the place. So we're gonna go over here and talk to the pharmacist, and then we're gonna start with you guys on this cooking demo. We have a pharmacist that actually in-house pharmacist. I'm actually gonna let him introduce himself and talk about a few things that they do inside the store.
Hi, this is Rustin Henry with H&W Drugstore, servicing your New Orleans community for over 50 years. We're proud to be located inside the Circle Food Store. Hey, during this coronavirus pandemic, it's important that we follow the CDC guidelines and recommendations. These include get your medication filled as soon in a timely manner. Also, we need to adapt to more of a healthy lifestyle. This includes frequent hand washing, social distancing, cough etiquette, and wearing a mask whenever possible. So during this pandemic, we need to adopt more of a healthy lifestyle, which includes also exercise, eating right, and taking your medicine in a timely manner. So if we use all those things, we can help curb this coronavirus pandemic. Thank you very much. And at H&W, we're here to serve this community, and this is one of our 4 locations. Thank you.
Thank you. So y'all heard it live. We still live. So we're gonna now walk into the kitchen to where we're gonna be doing the cooking demonstrations that you guys are actually gonna be paying attention to and actually going along with me. So as we walk in, this is actually the food court piece. that actually will be open. We'll have a holistic culinary market that will be opening up soon, which is actually where we'll be putting together. Everything will be bowls, grab and go, fresh produce, and a lot of holistic. So actually, if you take a look at this board, this is actually what some of the things that we would actually be, focusing on: diabetes, cancer, celiacs, the gout, Alzheimer's, heart disease, everything that, and it's going to be superfoods and super bowls. So we're going to actually make sure that we tackle those chronic illnesses. So let's walk into the kitchen so we can actually get started on some of the meals. All right. First, I want to introduce Dr. Patan. He's actually a pastor, preacher. And so what we're going to be doing first today, because we're going to be using a lot of this water to actually produce and cook and make the ginger orange tea and the bone broth. So I'm going to let him introduce himself and talk about, and then we're going to show some demonstrations on how alkaline water works and what's the benefits behind it.
Thank you, Brother Gary. I'm Pastor David Patan, Dr. Patan. I practice food over medicine. I'm a coach, consultant, and an instructor. And for the last 15 years, we've been talking about alkaline water and how to rid the body of acid conditions, allowing the body to heal itself. And for the last 3 years, we've been talking about how to perfect the water by adding the food to the body. So what we do is actually talk about changing the diet, taking out different things like meats and dairy, breads and oils to allow the body to heal itself. So for these years that we're coming up on now, we want to get people to stop, prevent, reverse diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and cancer. And so we thank God for the opportunity to be able to introduce the water, because water is what the body is 75% of anyway. And so with the water being the base, everything else comes in second. So if you get the water right, I believe that everything else comes in. So thank you, Brother Gary, for the opportunity.
No problem. So we're going to do a few demonstrations right now so you guys can actually see it live and understand the pH balance behind what he's talking about.
All right, what we're doing now is actually going to test the pH of the water. We have a Dasani bottle in this first cup. And we'll put some drops in to show you the pH of the water. That's the Nestle water. This is the Geyser water, and this is the Alkaline Oxygenated water. And what you're seeing change right before your eyes is actually the minerals, the pH of the water, because the body should be 7.365. And so when you look at yellow, that means acidic condition. So if you're drinking a water that's below 7, you're going to have acid in the body. So that water will not be beneficial. Also, we have a green water, which is a neutral water. And then you have another, the Geyser, which is a neutral water. But then you have the alkaline water we've been talking about. This is the water that's been shown to the Japanese, what they have is living over 100 years old. And when you drink an alkaline water, it balances the body by eliminating the acid conditions. And just by putting this water in your mouth, you literally begin to chase the acids out. So you can, just by drinking this water, you begin to change the acidity of the body. But as you can see, when you put this water in your body by itself, you eliminate the acid conditions, allowing your cells. So we talk about cellular hydration. So you're hydrating your cells, you have an antioxidant, you have an anti-inflammatory. So you're releasing excess water, excess fat, getting rid of, cleaning out your colon, cleaning your urinary tract, energizing the body. And so when you clean the cells have an opportunity to heal itself. And so when you put this type of water in your body literally eliminates type 2 diabetes in 21 days by allowing the body to get rid of acids. It helps eliminate cholesterol by getting rid of fat. Helps get rid of cancer by allowing the cells become normalized again. And also high blood pressure, because your blood is 94% water. And so when you flush your blood with oxygen water, you oxygenate your blood, you normalize it by bringing oxygen back to the body. And so basically, in a nutshell, Brother Dr. Otto Warburg in 1931, he discovered the real cause of cancer. He studied the metabolism of tumors. And so what he found out was no disease can live in oxygen. And so the difference between this water and other waters is the oxygen component. Most people think that oxygen is in every water. But if you have an acidic water, you can't have oxygen present in acid. You can't have oxygen present in purified water. And so you have to have a process called ionization, where you split the molecule and you literally infuse the water with oxygen, thereby putting H2O in the body. So when you do that, no disease can live in alkaline oxygen environment. He won 2 Nobel Prizes proving that no disease can live in this environment. And so that's what we're trying to teach people. Every water is a different water. And so the best water is going to be the best water for your body.
So there you have it. And actually, we have the machine and everything in here. And that's actually what we're going to be cooking with that water today. So we're going to go over here and walk over here and start preparing the things that we have for you guys today. What I want to do is actually talk about what we're doing with the City of New Orleans. We're embracing the culture. This program is supported by the City of New Orleans Culture Economy Office. And this is the Embrace the Culture series, virtual series. So you're going to actually be seeing this going on throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. So the City of New Orleans is definitely behind this program. And I would like to make sure that the City of New Orleans Culture Economy be recognized behind actually helping a lot of the artists get their product out, talking to the individuals like we are out here today. So let's walk over, and so you can see we're going to have some fresh produce over here that we're going to talk about. Actually partnered up with Holly Grove Market Gardens that actually come from the Holly Groves, Gertown area, to where we pick a lot of fruits and vegetables. So actually today I'm gonna actually let them explain to you guys what they have grown in their garden, and actually we're gonna be using a lot of this here to actually put together in our dish.
Well, we grow seasonal here in New Orleans. Now we're just going into our summer season. Get this off so you can see me. But we grow seasonal. In the winter, we grow a totally different type of crop. We do a lot of kales, mustards, onions year-round. But you see, this is some of the end of our winter crop. We got green onions, carrots. We got mustards, kales, curly kale, Russian kale, fennel, lettuce. This is an Asian kale, very tender. More Tuscan, Swiss chard. But right now we're gearing up. We're going into summer. We're planting a lot of peppers. And we're going to do another batch of lettuce, see if we can make it grow in this heat. It's very hard sometimes to grow lettuce when it gets too hot. But basically, we just try to grow everything organic. We practice organic growing. We don't use herbicides and pesticides. Everything we use is organic, garden safe. And we just try to supply a good, healthy food for our general public. And we keep our price point low enough so that way they can afford, a lot of people can afford it. There's like $3, $4, and most of our proportions are basically made for like 1 or 2 people. So that way they're not going to have a lot of waste in the refrigerator. We don't like people wasting food, so if they buy a big bulk of something and there's only 2 people, they might last them in the refrigerator for a couple of weeks, but it starts to spoil. And then you end up throwing it away, or it ends up in my compost. So I can plant more vegetables. But it's something that we enjoy doing. We spend a lot of hours digging in the dirt. We do not use tillers. We dig everything up with pitchfork, and we clean the ground by hand. And it keeps us healthy.
All right, there you have it. And so actually what we do is a lot of the fruits and vegetables, I'm actually going to take some of the carrots that actually going to go into the meal and take a few, the the Swiss chard. And, all right, and then we're gonna actually. All right. Okay. So what we got to do now, what we're gonna do now is actually start making the orange, green ginger tea that we have online, and actually, you know, some people, whoever have the, I'm gonna sit this down. Whoever have the recipe, you can go along and follow along with us. And I want to actually introduce a doctor that I've been working with, and she's going to actually be coming along and actually working with me on this here project program. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then we're going to start cooking.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Everybody know me from Clear Focus with Dr. Parris. It's a Baton Rouge show. Hi Gary, how are you? Hi Chef.
How you doing?
That's good. Thank you guys for joining. You guys can hear my accent. You know I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. All my Facebook friends from Baton Rouge. Dr. Parris in the house. We're going to talk about some healthy ways of eating. And we're going to start up, I guess, I don't know if you want me to tell you what each ingredients have medical wise.
Yeah, we're gonna go through all of that as we go through everything. We're just gonna go step by step and talk as we go. So we're gonna make this fun and make it happen.
All right, well, thank you guys. So you get started. So we are so excited with all of the great guests that Chef Netter has provided for us. Once again, I am your host, Latoya Bullard Franklin, here on behalf as board chair for New Orleans Jazz Orchestra, and as well as Target 2 Women's Health Chair for Alpha Kappa Alpha Rho Pi Omega Chapter. And this is super important because Nutrition for Life is one of our international goals. This is great to partner with the City of New Orleans, as well as with Chef Netter as a Chef Ambassador. And Chef Netter, let me tell you a little bit about this wonderful, wonderful individual. He's an alumnus of NOCA, the New Orleans Center for Creative Arts, where he studied classical music. Then he realized his culinary instinct started to kick in. So he participated in the Delgado Culinary Arts Program, and after Hurricane Katrina also attended Houston Culinary Arts Program to continue his education. He's a member of the American Culinary Federation, where he worked with international chefs and companies throughout the United States. Chef Netter has amassed well over 20 years of hands-on experience in the food industry. His culinary career boasts prestigious honors, cooking for former U.S. Presidents George Bush Sr., Bill Clinton, governors, and currently Mayor Latoya Cantrell. And I guess she liked and she loved what you cooked because she named you our city ambassador, right?
Yes.
So what is that exactly? What is your role as our culinary ambassador for the city of New Orleans?
As the culinary ambassador for the city of New Orleans, working with Mayor Latoya Cantrell, we actually talked over several meetings and just trying to roll out this citywide healthy initiative to actually get people to understand what they're eating, why they're eating it, and making sure that we bridging the gap, coming together, working as a unit, as a city, working with festivals, making sure people understand, you know, the business side of their business, plus also you know, for us, food costs, labor costs, all that, not just, you know, putting food on a plate. So actually when we sit down and we talked about, we actually rolling out a strategic plan on how to help other businesses develop, how to make their business program work. And so in a nutshell, it's basically galvanizing the city as a culinary ambassador.
I love that, galvanizing the city. So we have a Trini gal and we have a New Orleans boy. Yes, so tell us, when you were growing up, what was important to you as healthy food items as a Trini?
Right. You know, initially we really didn't think of it as being healthy. It's only coming to Louisiana I realized the way that you guys eat is completely different.
Yes.
Now, in Trinidad, even though we do eat meat, we have a lot of meat, we don't eat as much meat as you guys do, and we don't fry as much as you guys do. So it's more like a very heavy vegetarian base with just strips of meat because it's too expensive. And if you guys even look at the news right now in Trinidad, our COVID-19 cases are very low. We're probably one of the best where it comes to attacking this disease and controlling this disease over a period of time. So I think there's something to be said with that, just a healthy weight. We tend to be a little bit smaller as well. I think just based on the way we eat, less fried foods, you know, less heavy foods, less diabetes, and less hypertension, because we're eating mostly vegetables, vegetables with little strips of meat. So when I was home, it is what it was. I didn't know it was actually healthy food. I mean, I just thought whatever your mother put on the table, whatever they give you, you're gonna eat, because you don't really have any choices, you know. But being a physician, now I understand, you see, taking that time, understanding what the benefits are with some of the food and how we could use it to actually help our immune system and be healthier.
That's really great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thanks for bringing me on.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited that you're joining us with your trade flair. So as Chef Netter is getting prepared, also we want to talk about the importance of the statistic that we've all heard like a shot around the world. 70% of African Americans are unfortunately passing away in comparison to other ethnicity groups. And the issue is not socioeconomic status, as many would want to say. It starts with pre-existing conditions, health conditions that we don't know about, right? And so Chef Netter, today you're going to show us ways that we can combat those pre-existing conditions, right?
Right,
So
exactly.
tell us what you're cooking. Tell us what you got.
Okay, what we're doing is, like I said, this is the produce that I got out from, you know, as I was walking at Circle Food Store. So just to let you know, Circle Food Store has a lot of product. This is a blood orange that we're gonna actually be using to go in the orange ginger tea. So what we want to do is we're going to use the orange peelings to actually make this tea. So what we do is
Take the label off first.
Take a label off. Right.
all right. So basically, we're gonna cut around.
That's it. You just get a peel.
Just get a peel. We using the zest, and then also if you guys want to use another orange, if you don't have a blood orange,
Any orange.
any orange would do. But I wanted to let you know, see how
It's beautiful.
this beautiful color
Wow.
is coming open, seeing it, and you can actually use the juice too also, but we are going to just use the peelings.
So the orange actually has a lot of antioxidants. The actual orange, the citrus, actually vasodilates. And then when you put it in the tea, it actually, it's hot, right? So COVID-19, any viruses in your sinuses, right? Heat kills it. So if you're bringing it at 100 degrees and you're drinking that tea and you're taking in that vapor, you're actually killing the virus a little bit just from the tea, as well as it has vitamin C. And vitamin C is a natural antioxidant. Vitamin C is used with the white blood cells to fight off infections, right? So the vitamin C in this blood orange is just excellent.
This is really great. And so what are some other food choices, vegetables as well, that we can utilize to fight against COVID?
So today we're going to do a couple of different things. You know, you can see him right now, he's doing the ginger. So the ginger also has antiviral. And these are studies. I actually brought my little studies here for you guys.
Okay. Yes,
Right,
no.
so we can actually list this online if you want to. So ginger is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal, and anti-inflammatory. So what does that mean? And it's all fancy words. Antiviral is a virus. It doesn't have a cell wall. This COVID-19 is a virus. Bacteria is a living cell. It hurts the body, right? And anti-inflammatory means like swelling, like edema. It'll bring down that swelling. So ginger is excellent. It also helps the stomach move, you know, make stuff go down to the back. You know? So we're gonna do the ginger. Then I think we're also gonna add the garlic. The garlic has similar stuff as well. Now the only thing with this tea, I'll tell you, we do it in the Caribbean. It has a little tang to it. I mean, you gotta develop a little bit of taste it. So I think
Yeah, so basically what we do is how we do this. We're going to take at least 10 thin strips of slices of the ginger.
Yeah.
And we're going to have the ginger,
Orange peel.
the orange peels,
And a garlic.
I'm gonna take like 8 to 10 garlic cloves, and what I like to do is kind of mash it.
Yeah, the mash, yeah.
So do a little
It's
mash.
gonna be strong.
And that's letting out the...
Yeah.
We're letting all the ingredients.
let-
Yes,
Right,
great, that's
all right.
awesome.
So we put this in. Garlic cloves. Ginger. You remember I was telling you about the water that
Alkaline water.
the alkaline water. This is the 4 cups of water, so we're gonna actually pour it in here and we bring it to the stove. And so actually we're gonna let this go. And while this is going, actually to sweeten it up, and to also you can add some cinnamon sticks to this also. And what we're gonna do to sweeten it up, we got some organic honey that we're gonna actually put like a tablespoon of honey in it. Or to make it, you can grab your favorite teas that you can steep it in. So basically, I got a few teas that, you know, we have green tea, I have black tea, gingerade. So these teas that you can actually use to steep it in to actually, if you wanted to have a more of a tea flavor. You can add turmeric to it, cayenne pepper, all of those, you know, all of those other ingredients to actually to fight off this COVID-19 disease, the boost. All this,
Boost your immune system.
this is a lot of this is good for your immune system. It has a lot of vitamins, minerals. It helps inflammation. It causes you to breathe, help you with your respiratory system. So actually, you can make this ahead of time, put it in the refrigerator, and actually you can heat it up in the morning, and you know, if you want to drink it, and actually open up your mucus system and basically clear out your, get because the ginger when you taste it is like, I wouldn't add any sweetener to it, any honey or not, just because I want you to actually feel it. I want you to feel the rush. You can actually feel it going down. Basically keeping it hot. So as we get this, so we want to bring it to a boil.
Chef, that's gonna be really, really strong, man. That's like 1 cup of water in there.
No, that's
it's
not.
Gonna like, it's gonna pop.
That's 4 cups.
It's gonna be like a shot.
Yeah, that's like, and actually the more you reduce it, the stronger it is. So it's depending on how you guys are wanting it to be. All right, so look, this is actually what we're gonna be actually giving you guys today. So basically, as you can see, you have the bones, you have fresh thyme. If you were here right now, you can kind of smell all the flavors. You got carrots. I used leeks and onions to actually have a milder flavor instead of using more onions. And so what we're gonna do is actually, since it's already done, what I want to do is actually show you guys what we actually could do for as getting this here prepared for your soup. So basically what I did is I had a whole chicken and we rubbed it with our own, fresh seasoning, fresh rub. Actually, there's no salt in this. So basically, and I also use celery seed in here too. And no. So basically, we have this here. So what I did is, so we can speed up the process. However you want to do it, you guys could actually use a chicken breast, or you can actually use, so what I did is, I used the whole chicken, and I deboned it and roasted the bones off. So that's why you see this color and all of the fragrance that's in here.
It smells really good.
It smells really good. So what I also want to do is basically show you how we're going to actually make the soup. So
Chef, can I say something about that parsley?
oh yeah, yes.
Okay. So me, I look up all this stuff. The parsley is actually really good for for men in particular, because parsley and cilantro, which are they're similar products, it actually binds at the estrogen in the water that, right now some of the water that's being filtered out, they're unable to take out the micropollutants of the estrogens. And that's one of the reasons why men are having some issues like erectile dysfunction. And parsley is an awesome binder of estrogens, especially for men, guys, especially for men. So parsley and water, plus, it will help take out all that extra micropollutants. That's already in the studies. This is not any lies. Look it up on the internet. Micropollutants, estrogens, parsley, and cilantro. And you'll be happy in the nighttime.
So look, as we getting together, if those that are home have the recipe, we want to do is basically to make your broth, and we're gonna bring it over here and actually show what we're doing. Basically, we're gonna quarter the onions. We got some onions. Like I said, too, we have chicken bones or the frames. We have the carrots that we're gonna actually put in here. Got some carrots.
So can I say something about the carrots?
Yeah, talk.
Okay. All right, so carrots, right? It has beta carotene, right? Beta carotene is huge for guys. I have to look this stuff up because I'm in the dating world, right? So it's huge for guys. So it actually reduces the size of the prostate. So it decreases benign prostatic hypertrophy, especially in black men as you get older. Carrots, tomatoes, love, black men, use it, please. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
No problem. And what I have here is some Chinese celery that I'm actually going to put in the stock. So basically, we have the celery that we put in. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm making the stock to show you guys what we have that we're about to actually dish up the tea and the aromatic bone broth. So we have the celery. We have the celery. We have the cloves.
Garlic actually brings down blood pressure too. I'm sure you guys know about that already, right? One whole garlic. If you're trying, if it's mildly elevated, it's not like it's really elevated.
So it helps to bring it down.
Yeah, just take a pill.
Peppercorns.
Go ahead and take that. So that's good. Besides all the other things, right? Antiviral, that kind of stuff.
So as we put all of the things together, like I said too, and then we have the noodles, the rice noodles that we're gonna actually put in here. So you don't have to do it with chicken. You don't have to. It could be a vegetable broth. It can be seafood broth. But I wanted to actually use the flavors from the chicken for those who, a lot of people like a lot of chicken. So basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drain. Drain this stock.
See, if I was in Trinidad, we'll be biting that bone. I'm sorry. we get all the way to tomorrow. Oh, man.
Okay, so we want to strain it and actually.
It wouldn't be straight anything. It would be eating all that stuff, right?
It smells great in here.
It's really good.
It really smells great.
So
I just want everything to take home, And none of you guys are going to get anything. We have a little bit of an audience here. If you're going to look around, there's a few people here just looking at us.
all right, so
Picking up a storm here.
I'm gonna let that strain, and we're gonna get another. Discard this here. And as we let the tea come down, reduce, gonna use some of the bok choy.
So bok choy is a natural diuretic. You know, so if you have a lot of swelling, it is a natural diuretic, so it actually allows you to pee out some extra fluid, as well as the green portion of the bok choy and all the greens you see here. Vitamin K rich. Vitamin K actually helps with the cell wall, makes you strong, right? You know, like, you know, when they talk, and iron, right? Green iron, like Popeye, the same one. So, you know what, is that kale there? I've never really seen fresh kale, you know? That kale or is that kale?
No, the kale is over there.
Oh, this is kale.
So
Okay.
this is
What is that?
what I'm gonna do. This is a Chinese broccoli. So
Chinese broccoli.
all of this is gonna go in the soup. So as we make this here, I have some butternut squash, bok choy, Chinese carrots, butternut squash, and the noodles. So basically, what I'm going to do now is pour the stock in here. Bring the bok choy.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
So we have the bok choy.
That's a real fire there.
Yeah.
That's a real commercial picture.
Turn it down. Bok choy.
I see so many burners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I have some roasted butternut squash to actually have a little more bite in it. So, and I'm gonna take these the rice noodles and actually put it all together. Actually, I'm gonna take all of this here, and it is gonna cook down.
You know when you did the onions from before, the onions actually is anti-thrombotic, meaning that, you know, in this air quality, especially in Louisiana, there's a lot of toxins in the air. I'm not blaming anybody, but, you know, there's plants, there's all kinds of stuff in the air. So you have an anti-platelet, meaning that it prevents the platelet, the things that make the blood sticky. It makes it a little bit thin. So onions are a really, really good thing to put in your food. Any type of salad, any type of meal. So food is medicine, medicine is food. We talked about that, Dr. Patton. So I like, you know, doing this because it tells you which each ingredient you have, and it tastes good instead of taking it in pill form, right? But it's actually the same thing, right? It's exactly the same thing. We just kind of alter it in a pill form to put it in. So you do it in food, it's good.
I love how you said that. We have to start with the end in mind instead of going into pill form, right?
Right.
Right, and mostly in African American community, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We will be prescribed some pill, and we will take that to the end of our life. But you're saying you can alter that by utilizing the correct foods and vegetables in your diet.
Absolutely, like, you know, they have something called beta prostate, which you could just do carrots and tomatoes. You have hypertension, you can do your lemon and your garlic, or your orange peel, tea as a juice, as a supplement, and yeah, maybe you might be only 140 or 150 over 80 on your blood pressure. Maybe that's all you need to bring it down. So you're not going to be adding something that may have a side effect. As you know, with the COVID-19, they're talking about people with the ACE inhibitors and the ARBs. Why are we doing that? Because your pressures are high. Why are you doing that? Because you're taking a lot of salt. Why are you doing that? Because you're eating too much fried foods. Why are you doing that? You're gaining weight. Why are you getting diabetes? Diabetes is based on weight. It's not based, nothing is wrong with us. We're just eating too much food for our pancreas. You gotta learn your body. If you learn your body, you learn how to eat, and you go back from the way your body is supposed to respond, none of us would have diabetes, and none of us would be on ACE inhibitors, and none of us would be on these medications. So you have to retrain your body to eat the proper.
So you're saying that if you eat the vegetables, you don't get no diabetes?
You shouldn't have any diabetes.
You shouldn't have them with diabetes.
You just understand your body.
Blood pressure.
Yeah.
So basically, people need to eat more vegetables and fruits and drink lots of water and exercise.
Yeah, if you have heart failure, you can't drink water, right?
And
if you're, you know, sometimes you might be too far gone, you know, we have to do the medicines. But if you start the right way, and you really understand your body and how the foods play, food is medicine, medicine is food, then you wouldn't have to be taking some of those medicines.
Right.
But don't stop right now. Make sure you have a doctor kind of monitoring what you're doing, you know.
Right.
But the stuff is here. It's the same stuff.
It's in your refrigerator.
It's in the foods.
It's in your fridge, and it could be in your garden. You can
In
do it in
your
your garden,
garden.
right?
You can grow
Right.
yourself.
And so, you know, we speak about this all the time. Oh, it's so expensive. It's too expensive to eat healthy.
No, it's
No,
not.
right? It's
It's
not.
too expensive to be unhealthy.
There you go, right?
That's right.
And that's
You know,
it.
diabetes
Yeah.
number one income is billions of dollars. They
Wow.
love you being fat. The fatter you are, the more diabetic you are. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, gotcha.
Right.
Weight and diabetes is the same. So you have to bring your body down to fit what you're born with.
I mean, you can use a $10 to go buy a vegetable. You eat a whole lot of food. You get a vegetable.
Right.
$10. It's not that expensive at all.
And we
Thank
had
you.
talked about even doing like, you know, very low carbohydrate stuff so that we know that our pancreas is unable to put in a ton of insulin. Why are people diabetic? They're unable to produce the amount of insulin for the amount of food that they're eating. So you just gotta balance it. Hey,
Eat too much.
you're eating too much carbohydrates.
Right. All that food.
You're right, so-
We need to cut back
Maybe
on.
have some delicious
Hamburger
broth
food.
here from Chef.
And when we cut back on the
Chef,
food,
I didn't mean to
because-
take away your show. Take it back.
No, you good. Diabetes is actually, like I said, a fat disease. So the sugar has nowhere to go.
It happens,
So if we
correct.
stop eating,
Right.
then now we can release the sugars from the body. That's where the healthy foods, the broccolis,
Right.
cauliflowers, we eat the vegetables, where they don't add to the fat,
Right.
they add to the fitness.
So it's kind of interesting with this COVID-19 because you actually come into the root cause. And people say, oh, all the diabetic people, all the hypertension. The way it brings on the diabetes, brings on the hypertension, brings on the ACE inhibitors, brings in the COVID-19, brings in the death. Roll back,
Right.
roll back, restart, reset. We're resetting right now. Let's reset. Let's
And
understand it.
let's talk about resetting right now, because that's actually what we have to do is reprogram
Go back to the roots.
our mind of what we're eating, what we're putting in our body, because take your body as you take care of your car.
Right.
You know, you take care of your car, you put the
love
right
it.
fuel in your
Love
car.
it, love it, love it.
Your body, you need the right fuel, because too, as you can see too, I made some fermented foods, gut healing foods that actually. Once I show you these, I'm gonna go ahead and plate up the. This is some kimchi
Kimchi.
that I made. This is some kimchi also. This is fermented food, gut healing foods. So basically, in the morning, you should want to have get your gut right, because that's where a lot of bad bacteria live, and they actually get your mood swing, everything. It starts with a healthy gut, and when you sleeping at night and coming, waking up in the morning, your body needs to get a healthy gut to start off in the morning. So it basically, like, if you skip that breakfast doesn't necessarily have to be eggs or grits or
Right.
it's
Yeah.
food.
There's something, yeah.
Fuel your body with the food. This is kimchi. This is some pickled mangoes. This is pickled cucumbers. So basically, these things, I know some people might, what is kimchi? What is these things? It's fermented food. It actually helps. It's good bacteria that actually helps your gut. Actually, what we have to do, like I said, rethinking what we're eating, we're reprogramming our mind and rethinking what we drink. So if we are saying, okay, I need to make sure what I'm eating it right, passing up some of the things that you think is good for you, and it's like, okay, and also indulging. And when we indulge in our food and we getting the wrong nutrients and things like this, basically we need there's a lot of micronutrients that's actually in these foods. Micronutrients are basically just like traces of zinc and
gold,
copper and magnesium, potassium, all of those
Potassium.
things, I started way back 10 years ago. My mom actually passed away, she had a stroke, and I started researching and trying to find out heart disease, hypertension, obesity, all of this type of stuff to actually, like, okay, I need to start and do something different to try to help, help anybody that's actually not to be an organ donor, but to actually live, a healthy and longer life. So with this COVID-19 pandemic, we actually have to use and say reprogramming what we putting in our body. Like I said, use the fact that your body is your car, and if you spending money on your car, you should spend money in your body. It's the vessel. So from the alkaline waters to the fruits and vegetables to the things that we're gonna plate these 2 dishes, but inflammation, Crohn's, diabetes, hypertension, all of those things that the gout, those things that people are having and struggling with, compromised immune systems. So basically, like, if you strengthen your immune system now and keep it going, and basically like, okay, I don't eat that. And one of the things I hear from people that I wish we stopped saying, hey, I gotta die from something. I might as well die from eating. That's the wrong attitude. The chicken that we use today is organic chicken. There's no steroids in it. Steroids is actually causing a lot of sicknesses. That's
so the steroids, when somebody's stricken, you really got to look at them, because if they are farmed and they use the growth hormones, what's happening? The growth hormones they use in the chicken, you're actually consuming that, and that's one of the reasons why you'll notice a big, huge difference between the people necessarily in Louisiana and people in other states where it comes to the African American population, because some states don't allow growth hormones and some states allow growth hormones. Louisiana is one of those states that allow growth hormones. It's not metabolized by our bodies. It stays and it makes you feel hungry. It's like taking a prednisone, basically. It makes you feel hungry. So you eat all the time, and you just want to fill your stomach. So
that is like really interesting that you brought that out, and I'm so glad you talked about reading labels, Chef Netter. And so you guys are talking about redefining, rethinking, and reprogramming our minds and bodies.
Correct.
To connect to being healthier, right?
That's correct.
And so even if we were brought up on, ham hocks and fried and smothered and covered, we can still do this.
I actually like how things a little bit.
I do too. But we can do it sometimes, but not all the time.
Right.
Great.
Right.
Thank you so much. Yeah, right. Picky sometimes. Yeah. So you know what, Chef Netter, you as you're plating that, I just want to kind of wrap up. I don't know if we have any questions. Please go ahead and type in your questions on Facebook Live. If you have any questions for Dr. Parris and Chef Netter. And as we are closing out, Dr. Parris, could you just leave us with what would be like one tip if you had 10 seconds in the elevator with someone? What would you tell them to do?
Eat for your body and eat the way who you are. Eat as we were, let's say, back in Africa. That's a quick trick.
So we're going back to Wakanda.
Wakanda
principles.
Right.
I love it.
And meat, all organic.
Yes. And so, Chef Netter, what's next to eat?
Okay, what's next to eat? Actually, let's go back to the part of the piece to where what we need to be focused on and how we need to be focusing on it. This is a serious time, y'all, and all I want y'all to know is an understanding that let's take this time to educate ourselves and making sure that we know what we're putting in our bodies. Some people might not want this, but it'll be, it's a life-saving dish to where it's like, okay, I'm not eating all of those bad fats, saturated fats, things. So as we go through this here, I just want to make people to understand that eating right, food is medicine.
It is.
Food is medicine, no matter how you look at it. Don't be fooled by the flavors and the smell of food and say, I gotta have it. There's a lot of processed, unnatural ingredients that's actually killing our body. So basically, foods like this here, which we don't have to have any solids. Basically, what I want to say to you guys is, let's clean up the toxins out of your body and the parasites out of your body, especially from the pork. Pork has a lot of parasites in it, you know, and it's basically like that's our favorite food. So we have to cut back on, you know, a lot of the pork and the beef, and you know, making sure we can have we can digest that food, and making sure that we're not eating, you know, all the time. And people say, I can't eat it, but I can't help it. What I want to let you guys know is just take care of yourselves, and
taste it.
you know,
Are we ready to take
take care of yourself.
ready.
You know, so basically what we want to do is you can add more, you know, we can add more broth to it, you know, however you want to. You can add some sriracha or whatever, but the things that we have on here is basically, like I say, we have the carrots, we have the noodles, we have the butternut squash. So this is light, it's not heavy, you know. So at the end of the day, what I want you guys to understand is indulging, eat portion control meals. So we can understand, it's like when your stomach blows up, that's your stomach telling you that's enough.
Yes.
That's enough.
Yes.
You know. Notice I didn't put any salt, but I have on here. I have some turmeric, I have smoked paprika, pink Himalayan salt, some ginger, some sea salt, garlic, and peppers. But I didn't put any salt in this dish. I use lemon and garlic. That actually helps, you know, if you want it, you know, more of a salt flavor. And then too, you can actually add some celery seeds, you know, to your mix or whatnot. Meaning, if you have high blood pressure, those things, you know, hypertension, we want to, you know, back away from the salt. So just be mindful of what you're eating, what you're putting in your body.
Thank you, Chef Netter. Well, we are getting ready to close out. This was wonderful. I can't wait to eat. I think I saved myself all day to get to this. Yes, just to get to the.
There's only one plate though.
Well, we're going to have to fight for it. I'm ready to fight for it. So what we're going to do as we close out, remember, as they said, we need to learn how to redefine, rethink, and reprogram what health is for us. As we see here, Embracing the Culture, it's a virtual series sponsored by Mayor Cantrell's Office of Cultural Economy. With Black Restaurant Week, join us 6 o'clock for the rest of the week. We have several other chefs. Tomorrow we will have Buku Eats coming right here live from Circle Foods. On Friday we have Meals from the Heart, and on Saturday we have Chef Christian Green. We thank you so much. Thank you, Chef Netter. Thank you, Dr. Parris, my Trinidad, and thank you, Dr. Patton, Miss Mary, and her wonderful greens from Hollywood. I'm going to get me some of these greens. And thank you very much. And this is some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful food. And Chef Netter, we look forward to seeing more from you in the city.
Thank you. And I want to make sure you guys stay at home, stay safe, check out New Orleans Cultural Economy Facebook, and make sure you doing the right thing. Like I say, stay home, stay safe, embrace the culture. Check out the Facebook, the city's Facebook, City Culture Economy, because like I said, they Black Restaurant Week, City of New Orleans actually sponsored and helped and put this together. And actually, the Embracing the Culture is actually helping other artists get out and showcase, you know, from dancing, music, on. So, you know, we're kind of boxed in right now, but I just want to make sure everybody understand the seriousness of staying home and staying safe. And social distancing as we practice here today. So join us tomorrow. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get a nice little live shot again of what we got cooking over here with Chef Netter. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right.
You're next to eat.